Let's get right to the sage of Southern California. Joins us now from Santa Barbara. All right, there's a lot of information flowing around about these two terror loons in Boston. How are you processing all of it?
First off, Billy, I just want to say in reaction to the last segment, you'll get Gosnell's right to capriciously abort children in a questionable manner when you pry it from his cold, dead hand. As far as these two kids go, I got veterans calling in and telling me they're getting their aid cut back, and this kid's on welfare, the one on the left. One of these days, somebody's going to trigger one of those homemade bombs with an Obama phone. Can we at least cut the welfare off now? Is it possible we, in an effort to be more evolved, don't pay for this kid's funeral? I know if we do this in kind, it brings us down to their level. That's a misnomer. It takes us 6 feet below their level. And we better wake up to this, for God's sakes. And you know something? When you say, why is the president afraid to say terrorism? Listen, Billy, I'll be candid with you. It's one of three things. He's either stupid, or he's creepy, or he's a genius like HAL 9000 who's thrown a wire and doesn't quite know what he's doing. But we are so polarized in this culture right now, I'm not even sure a good old clash of civilizations is enough to bring us together anymore. We should reanimate this one kid and put him back to death. We should de-brainwash the other kid, bring him back, and show him the picture of the 8-year-old gap-toothed, beautiful boy that he killed so he realizes what he did. We should do the Bridge of Sighs thing like they do in Venice, where the jailer takes the manacle off for a second and says, do you want to do yourself? Or Tom Hagen goes to visit Frankie Tatangeli in prison and says, do you want to do the honorable thing? And if he doesn't, we should tell him we're going to eventually put him to death. But here's the coda. We're not going to tell him when it's happened because he didn't tell them. He's going to sit in that cell, and sometime between his 19th year and the end of his life, we're going to blow the wall of that cell out. And we're not going to tell him when it happens. And if we don't want to start, if we want to take the high ground in a war on terror, we are going to have the best seat in the House to witness our own demise. Wake up, America.
Now, you said a lot of stuff in there. Let's take it one by one. The welfare deal is absurd, but you know that anybody now who understands the system in this country about food stamps, government housing, disability, anybody can get on it. They want people to get on it. They advertise on the radio. Get on it. So that's what's got to be changed.
So I assume you're going to be ripping Obama a new one regularly now.
Well, we obviously have been really tough on him.
You have to be.
Since
this
January.
Is madness.
It is madness.
This is madness.
And the reason that this becomes important is not any single thing. It's the totality of it. You know, when Crowdhammer was on last night, I'll read some of the mail after you. We're trying to get to the bottom of why Barack Obama will not say Muslim jihad is the cause of terrorism.
Creepy.
Yeah, but there's got to be a reason.
Oh, come on, Bill. You always do this with your guests. Why don't you bear in on him? Why don't you ask him
what
every
is his
night?
reason for not saying that? I'd ask him that question if I got a chance.
What are you asking
but
me
I'm never
for?
going to get a chance.
I'm giving you my answer. You want it? He's either creepy, he's either stupid, or like that supercomputer, he's thrown a gear. But this is crazy what he's doing.
I disagree with you. I think he has a reason. Not to say the reason's valid. It could be a disturbing reason.
What's the good? Give me a good reason.
There isn't a good reason. I just said that. But he has a reason why he doesn't say it. And I'd like to know what the reason is. And I think everybody in the press corps, in the White House press corps, and in fact, I'm going to call Ed Henry, ask that question. Very simple. Why won't you say Islamic Jihad is responsible for the Boston terror attack? Why?
Good. I'd love to see you PO'd like this. It's the O'Reilly factor.
Right.
You got the big stick. You got to go after this cat every night.
All right, well, we'll have Henry ask him that question.
Why isn't he on the air today saying that radical Islam obviously clings to their gods and guns? Why does he say it about the electorate in West Virginia?
Well, yeah, he has explaining to do in that area. Did you see last night, basically, when we had this Muslim guy on from CARE? And I actually said to this guy, explain to me why 90% of the terrorism in the world is generated by Muslim zealots, jihadists. Why? And the guy denies it right there. I mean, and then we know he's insane. Then, you know, the end of
he
discussion.
shouldn't get on the show anymore.
Well, I don't think I'm going to
Bill, there's fair and balance. There's fair and balance to guys like me who sit out here and watch disingenuous hacks like that guy as a spokesman and not even concede the point.
Right.
And think, is this fair to me? This is unfair to me. If the guy's going to be that disingenuous, off him.
Off him. And we can't get to the...
put him off the schedule. Put him off the schedule. Put him off the schedule.
Easy, Miller, come back down. Now, we can't...
Put him off the schedule.
We had this great political correctness thing. Remind me next week, Miller. You can't call a master bedroom in a house a master bedroom anymore. We're going to do that next week.
I'll be the focus of the talking points tomorrow. And then put him off the show. Don't whack him.
All right. And the D-Man and I will be in D.C.